Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 104, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 reasons why people don't buy. So really excited to be sharing these 10 reasons with you. But before we do that, if you have got leads in your pipeline that you haven't converted yet, I want you to head over to johnblakeaudio.com and grab your free training where I show you the exact strategy that you can use to double sales with the existing leads that you've already got in your pipeline. This is the exact strategy that I use with my brand new clients that come on board with me. It works consistently. Once you get it in place, it'll keep working for you. I've been using it for a number of years now, and it continues to work really well. So head over to johnblakeaudio.com and grab the audio training. What you'll also get is the PDF guide, which has the exact word-for-word templates that you can use in your emails, exactly what to say when you are following up on the phone, and exactly when to email and when to call. So head over to johnblakeaudio.com and grab that, and I'm sure you will get a stack of value and most importantly, make some sales out of using it. Righto, so we're going to talk about the 10 reasons why people don't buy, why prospects don't buy. So the first lot that I'm going to go through with you are pretty universal, and the last few are probably more niche than anything else. So the first one is there is not, or you have not uncovered the actual problem or the challenge that the person is looking to fix as a result of buying your particular product or service. So but essentially the way it works is that if the person is not uncomfortable enough to move, they'll stay where they are. That's like the most simplest way of explaining this. So unless we uncover the pain or the problem or the challenge that the person is experiencing, oftentimes they will not be willing to actually invest in fixing that thing. So we need to actually discover what that is, find out what that is. And perhaps if it doesn't exist, if they don't have a challenge, they don't have a problem, or they don't have pain, then they are probably not going to buy. So that's one of the reasons why people don't buy. The second reason that people don't buy is that there isn't enough of a cost of doing nothing. So it's very aligned with the first reason that people don't buy. But put simply, when the cost of doing nothing exceeds the investment in your particular product or service, typically a purchase takes place. So if the cost of doing nothing is costing me more than the investment in time, the investment in money, or the investment in energy to actually do something about it, if the cost of doing nothing is more, then I will invest the time, I will invest the money, and I will invest the energy to change. If the cost of doing nothing is not more, then I will pretty much stay where I am. So the cost of not solving the problem, that's the second reason that people don't buy. The third reason is there isn't a clear enough outcome. So we haven't established clear enough outcomes that the person is looking to achieve as a result of making the purchase. So there are two sides of the scale. There's the pain side, which is the cost of doing nothing essentially, and then there is the pleasure side, or the outcomes, what the positive future looks like. And we need, even though 70% of people will make a purchase to solve a problem, we also need to talk about what the future will look like and create an environment where the person imagines what the future will look like with this particular product or service in place. The fourth reason is that there is some kind of roadblock to making that purchase. So perhaps there's an inner roadblock. So there might be just a blockage internally, mentally, that is stopping them from making that purchase. Or there could be an outer roadblock. So there might be a person or an event or something standing in the way of them making that particular purchase. The next one is finances. So they might not be willing to invest the money in order to fix the particular problem or purchase that particular service. And the finances is obviously very closely aligned to the cost of doing nothing. Because as I said, when the cost of the cost of doing nothing exceeds the cost or the investment in your particular product or service, then they tend to be quite willing to find the finances to do something about it. The next one is a spouse or a partner. So sometimes one of the most challenging things is getting all the decision makers on the phone or across the conversation, involved in the conversation, because if not all of the decision makers are involved, then you're only really getting half of the decision. So often the people don't buy because they haven't involved their spouse or they haven't involved their partner. And of course, if you have explained your offer to one person and there are other people involved in the decision-making process, then the Chinese whispers things does not work well. They are not going to be good at explaining your offer to a third party. So the spouse or partner is a big one. The next reason that people don't buy is because of trust. They simply don't trust you. Like maybe you haven't built up enough trust, or perhaps they've been burned by somebody else who does what you do, and that is clouding their judgment. That's creating a blockage. The next one is timing. So maybe the timing isn't right for whatever reason. That can stop people from going ahead. The next one is probably more. It's probably more attuned to if you were selling personal development or coaching. But the last one is coachability. So will the person take, will they take advice? Will they take direction from you? So I know that if you are, building a website and the person that you're talking to thinks that they know more about, that they know about building websites, often that can be a blockage. So I will recap. So the first one is you haven't uncovered the pain, the problem, or the challenge, or there is no pain, problem, or challenge, which means the person isn't going to buy. Second one is you haven't uncovered the cost of not solving the problem, or there isn't a big enough cost of solving the problem. The third one is we haven't established the destination, so we haven't clarified what the actual goal is in mind in terms of what they're actually doing, what they're actually buying or making the purchase for in order to achieve in terms of the goal. The next one is there might be an inner roadblock, an outer roadblock, or potentially both. The fifth one is finances, unwilling to invest. The sixth one is there is a spouse or a partner that needs to be involved in the decision-making process, and they have not been. The seventh one is they don't trust you. The eighth one is timing, and the ninth one is coachability. And then there's a 10th one, which is doubt. So perhaps they believe that they can do whatever it is that they're paying you for. Perhaps they believe that they can do it on their own, or at some point they think that they can do it by themselves and that they actually don't need you. So I hope that has been useful. Essentially, when you are putting your sales process together, you need to close all of these gaps, because if you don't close all of these gates, then it is a relatively predictable thing that the person that you're talking to is unlikely to buy. So those are the reasons why people don't buy, and I know it's different to apply those to every single sales situation, but if you can tick off on the majority, or each sales type situation will have more relevance. So there might be like 2 or 3 that relate to a specific type scenario or a specific type context, but having a knowledge of what all of them are gives you a way that you can identify which of those loops need to be closed in each of the conversations that you have. So I hope that helps. That should be really useful in terms of putting your sales process together. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker's Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies to maximize your sales process with new episodes every week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive free no-fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.